why I don't drink alcohol. Most people are pretty surprised to find out that I don't drink, right? And there are some reasons for that I'm going to explain in tonight's coaching video. The first main one, before I even tell you guys, as we roll here in the Lamborghini, is I like to feel like I'm firing on all 12 cylinders, right? I like to feel like I'm in complete control of my faculties. So alcohol tends to impair you, as you know, right? So I don't like that feeling of not being in full control of myself. I don't like that feeling of being wasted or not knowing what happened earlier, or just putting myself in a position where I'm vulnerable as a man, right? What if something happens? What if I'm needed? Right? What if I'm in danger or something like that? I tend to think of these things. But moreover than that, I just like to feel good. To me, I've always felt like life is short. I don't want to spend it being wasted, drunk, on drugs, on dope. What do they call it these days? I'm from the 80s. People don't say dope anymore, right? Was it like marijuana? They say marijuana, weed, right? It just shows like what a square I am. But I just don't want to, inject myself with anything that is going to intoxicate me or put me in a state where my brain's clouded, right? Because I love life. I love the energy that I get from my environment, right? I love just feeling 110%. I don't want to feel like 50% or 60%. This is why when I don't get enough sleep, I somehow find a way to get through the day, but I prefer to just be at my most optimal, right? Where I've had enough sleep, I've had good food. That's another thing. I mean, because many times food could be used as a drug. Some guys have commented lately, like, "Damn, you've been losing weight," and I'm like, "Yeah, I have," because I've noticed the last few years I started to just not pay attention. Right? I was like finally in a place where I could eat in the best restaurants, eat the best food, and you know, I wanted to enjoy it for a while, and I did. This last 5 years, my weight started to go up a bit, and now it's coming back down to a normal state because now I'm just kind of like, yeah, I just want to get back to feeling like me again. I just want to feel fit. Yeah, I want to look down. I don't want to see a dicky do. It makes your dick six out, your stomach six out more than your dicky do. So I like looking down and not seeing my belly, right? Instead, seeing my package. Not to get graphic. I don't drink, man. And a lot of people are surprised, right? A lot of people are surprised. I'm going to tell you a little secret who else doesn't drink. Most top pickup artists do not drink. Mystery Method guy, he doesn't drink either. His wingman back in the day, Matador, who I've gamed with, doesn't drink. J-Dog, who I also have met in the past, they were all on VH1s and pickup artists. None of those dudes drink. Most of the, I would say, if not all, of the top entrepreneurs in my entrepreneurs group do not drink. I was kind of surprised to find that out too initially. It's almost like I started to notice a pattern of behavior with guys that just want to win, with guys that just want to get the W, right? We don't drink. I just met this dude from YouTube in Vegas. It's on my Instagram a few months ago, Louis Mercado, right? He has 2 YouTube channels. Both of the YouTube channels that he has like a few million subscribers. So he has like 4 or 5 million subscribers between both channels. A lot of subscribers. Gets recognized a whole lot. Met up with him in Vegas finally. I remember we went to the bar at the Paris Hotel. They're like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" Blah, blah. I have it all on video. It's on my Instagram, @MattCrossOfficial. Just because I don't drink, I don't try to tell other people not to drink. Like, I don't mind if you drink. If you want to drink, that's fine. Just don't get plastered. Okay, just don't get plastered because I don't like babysitting. So yeah, I meet up with Louis, right? Has millions of subscribers on YouTube. Successful guy. He just bought a Ferrari, right? We're just talking about our cars. I'm like, I just bought my Lamborghini. He just bought a Ferrari. So we're talking cars and stuff. He just bought a home in Las Vegas. We're talking real estate, and we're talking about how crazy it is. We're like, man, dude, isn't it crazy? We both didn't grow up with money, and here we are buying Ferraris and Lamborghinis. And I'm like, yeah, it's nuts. And then the waitress comes, right, to take order. She's like, what would you like? The cocktail waitress. We both look at each other with that awkward look that you have when you don't drink and you just assume everybody else does. We both gave each other this awkward look. And we both looked at each other. It's almost at the same time. It's like, I don't drink. Do you? I was like, no. What? Almost like just kindred. And we were like fist bumped. They're like, dude, we don't drink. This is crazy. Right. And the whole time we're sitting there going, man, that is cool. You don't drink. I don't drink. Hey, isn't it weird how people always wig out that we don't drink? The cocktail waitress is standing there the whole time, like, okay, gentlemen, what would you like then? Waters? It's Vegas. So we didn't want to be cheap about it. We're like, okay, what do you have that doesn't have alcohol? Or just so we could sit there, enjoy our drinks, give her a tip, and patronize the place without just sitting there for free, which we could have done. But, it was late at night. You could tell she's trying to make a tip. So, like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And he got it, which is very cool of him. He treated me. I normally do the treating, so it was nice to be treated. I was like, oh, thank you, dude. Appreciate that. I'm like, okay, here's another top dude, self-made millionaire. Just met him. Dude just bought a house and a Ferrari. Successful YouTuber. Doesn't drink. I mean, I feel like I have yet to meet somebody who is like high level that drinks. I haven't. I really haven't. And what's funny about this, if you don't drink, you probably feel the same sort of just kind of weird awkwardness, right? You just feel like people expect you to drink, especially when it comes to women. This is like a conversation that never gets old. When I meet a girl and she asks me if I drink and I say no, it's almost like her attraction level, her interest, like drops a little bit. I could feel it. I can feel like, oh, you don't? Why? Do you just not drink? And I always say the same thing. I'm like, I'll have a glass of wine or I'll have a drink socially if there's a special occasion or an event, which is true. I will. And it's mostly to be polite. It's because I don't want to be rude. I'll have a drink, fine. If it's some sort of networking event, yeah, sure. I'll have a glass of wine. I'll have some bubbly. I'll have a little champagne. Even then, I won't finish it. I'll just kind of sip at it. I'll just kind of nip at it. I mean, for me, I'd rather have like a vitamin water. That's usually what I drink is vitamin water. I probably drink vitamin water more than actual water, which I shouldn't. I should get back on water, but I get bored easily, so I drink vitamin water. A couple of diet sodas per day, just kind of like a little treat. But I don't drink alcohol. I've never really gotten into it. It's odd because my brothers and sisters all drink. So you would think like, oh, I grew up in the same house. Maybe we don't drink. No, all of them drink. My dad drinks. My dad, I just remember him always in the garage working on his Corvette, drinking a beer, drinking a Coors. He used to drink Coors a lot. I think he drank Coors the whole time. Family get-togethers, we'd always have a beer. All my relatives had beer. He even gave me beer when I was like, I think it was like 8 or 9. He's like, here, you want to try some beer? I'm like, sure. And I tried it and I just like, And he was like, yeah, don't drink. My siblings all drink. Pretty much every single girl I've dated drinks to some degree. I don't think I've ever met a girl who doesn't at least drink, some more than others. But every single time the question comes up, do you drink? No. It's always like you could feel that attraction level go down. And also, same thing with guy friends. At least growing up, not so much now, because I feel like I connect more with guys who don't drink because we're usually working on a business or we're just on something. We're doing something with our lives, right? Not to say that people who drink aren't, but I'm just saying, like when I was growing up, like with my guy friends, they all drank. And this is really what led me to start like doing pickup in games solo, like in the 90s, because a lot of guys have asked me about that. Like, how was it? Why did you start going to clubs by yourself? And I'm like, I just didn't want to go with my friends anymore because they're always needing to drink. It was like the drinking was the focus of the night rather than going to the club and picking up girls. I wanted to go pick up girls, right? That's what we did back in the day. I mean, these days it's not important to a lot of young guys, but it is to some, but most guys are just checking out right now. I understand. But back in the 90s, everybody wanted a girlfriend. I wanted a girlfriend. And the way to get girlfriends and dates was to go to the club, was to go do pickup, to go learn some game. So that's what I wanted to do on my weekends. I did not want to spend it in a parking lot drinking alcohol, which is what my buddies were doing. They wanted to do, and I didn't want to do that anymore. I got tired of it. And then once they had their liquid courage, we go to the club and they were kind of like belligerent, and that's why I said I don't like babysitting. I felt like I was babysitting. And I dated some girls like that over the years that have one too many. I literally have to tell them, if you can't control your alcohol as an adult, I don't want to date you because I don't want to babysit. I don't want to be driving around after we leave, a spot or an event or a bar or even a restaurant and you've had one too many and I can't even have a conversation with you because you're too tipsy. It's funny because my siblings are different because they all drink, and they date people who drink. It's not a big deal to them. My parents always point to the fact they're like, "How come you don't drink?" I'm like, "I don't know, just never cared for it. We just never got into it." And we all grew up in the same house. So it's just, how do you explain that? So, but yeah, I'm the only successful person in my family line, by the way. I come from a blue collar family. It's like, we're all just like military or just regular jobs, right? All good people. We all work hard. I'm the only one that went a completely different route. And funny enough, I'm the only one that doesn't drink. And I was getting into a lot of trouble growing up. I was like the only one to get into a lot of trouble, by the way. None of my siblings really got into trouble. I was like, went to jail for 3 months. I mean, it was crazy. Like the stuff I was getting into, right? I look so innocent. But back then, I didn't look so innocent. I had like all my piercings and everything. I had like red hair. I mean, I was, yeah, pretty nuts. I just saw some photos of JD Vance. I think it was like JD Vance, the vice president in high school. He looks like a total goth kid. I mean, doesn't even look like it. I mean, I don't look that different than when I was younger, just more piercings and stuff. I used to have a lip ring right here. I've taken it out since. But yeah, I used to get in a lot of trouble. And I always used to think to myself, now I definitely don't want to drink and I definitely don't want to do any drugs because if I do, I'm hurting myself even more. I felt like I was getting into enough trouble. I didn't want to do anything else. So I didn't. I didn't. But regardless, that's why I don't drink, guys. I just don't have any interest in it. Even going to the bar, I see everybody else drinking. I don't get it. Probably just like they don't get me not drinking, right? I'd rather eat food. I mean, yeah, if I'm going to put some calories in me, I'd rather eat food. I'm going to do something like bad. I would rather eat a pizza or something. I mean, that's my idea of, harming myself. But alcohol just doesn't do it for me. I just don't have an affliction for it. So if you drink or if you don't drink, especially, let me know why you don't drink and how that's affected your relationships with people, because it does, right? It does affect your relationships with people when you don't drink, especially when, again, with girls, they lose a little bit of interest, shockingly, right? You would think they'd want a guy who doesn't drink. Right. And with your guy friends, especially your guy friends, right? It's like you're not one of the guys. You're not having a beer. How come you're not drinking? Right. You're not one of us. You feel that peer pressure. But even then, I'm like, nah, I'm just not interested. Right. But if you don't drink and you have those stories, share them below. Let me know your experiences as somebody who doesn't drink or as somebody who does and you hang out with somebody who doesn't drink. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, this is M from Alpha Male Secrets. Drop your comments below. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, and get into my monthly online coaching program, my monthly premium Alpha Male Secrets channel. Right now, it's only $1 for my premium Alpha Male Secrets content. So take advantage of it. It's the best way to support my work, and it's the best way to help me out. So I will see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.